Hello everyone! It's 4 p.m. and I just wrapped up with this video that you're about to see. So this was one of the days where I just wanted to I just really felt called to start recording something, and what came through is basically a roadmap to connect with yourself, with your vision, and bring it to this earth. Let's jump right in. Enjoy. This is like a pretty flowy video. I just really felt the call to start recording and to allow this energy that I'm feeling right now to flow through. Today is a really special day. I am putting a program out there. It feels so amazing and abundant, and it's literally the same day of the week that I didn't have calls. I had the slowest morning possible, and yeah, it's just so beautiful to see the evidence of the co-creation with life. I'm feeling this beautiful energy radiating from my heart. I am filled with gratitude, and I want to share that state with others as well. And as for the kitchen, I'm going to tell you what we're doing right now. First of all, we're doing a pasta with this special pasta we got at the Italian store. The guy was really passionate. He was from Italy. He is from Italy, and he was like, this is the best pasta. It comes straight from Italy, and yeah, I'm going to make some pasta with veggies and a sauce that he also recommended, like a tomato sauce. So pretty excited about that. I also want to do a tea for this beautiful afternoon. The day is so radiant right now. So beautiful. And then I'm going to be making a gelatin with cacao. I mean, gelatin with cacao and cinnamon. It's a perfect dessert that has no milk, no added sugars, and at the same time it gives you that collagen boost that I know that I am made up of collagen right now. I'm 22, but it's always nice for your bones, especially if you're doing a lot of exercise, and it just tastes good. Okay, that's my whole point. So maybe I'm going to walk you through some of these. Not the pasta, because it's going to be a pretty standard thing, but maybe the gelatin while we speak. So yeah, a little secret that might not be the favorite of people, but I don't do measurements. I just try the thing, and then if I like the flavor, I'll keep it like that, or I'll add something else. And with the gelatin, I'll add a little bit more than usual, so it's more like a gummy instead of a gelatin. Yeah. Oh. Alright, so while the pasta is cooking, I wanted to dive deeper with you on the topic that we are diving in today, and that is the blessing of recognizing how it is that we are co-creating our reality, and the blessing to open up, to be assisted in the moments where we feel like we are not seeing it in one way or another. I know that when we are speaking about being the co-creators of our reality, it's kind of a thin layered topic, because I feel like it has gotten confused by like almost portraying oneself like as an all-powerful being and controlling the matrix, and I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like we can plant seeds to build certain things that allow us to have an experience in this lifetime that can be truly ours and more close to our soul. And we're going to have 3 categories for this one. So let's talk about feelings and emotions, because that's like the baseline. Feelings and emotions, hearing your vision, and the third one, like bringing your vision to life. I like that. Okay, so the first thing to cover is the fact that what we experience in this life has a feeling tone that makes us perceive experiences and integrate them in our body and memories. So whenever we are, let's talk about like out of line and online. So online being present, online being conscious about what's happening in your inner world, conscious about what you are perceiving, and offline being just like automatic, not questioning things, being just like in the wave of life. So whenever you're just like in that wave, not questioning things, just feeling, just perceiving, you will get fed up with a lot of information. Yeah, this quality of being told by these ads, like these kinds of environments, the culture of pushing and pushing and pushing because one day you will be happy when you retire. Like all of these is basically portraying this image that you will feel free and peaceful and joy whenever you are hitting certain like points. For example, the point of being promoted so you have more income, or for example when you retire and you finally can go to those, you know, to that dream vacation. Or also this really normalized behavior of like working from Monday to Friday and then on the weekends just like drinking it all out and like going out and like depriving yourself from sleep and just normalizing having your body in this like chaotic rhythms. I can see that this kind of mentality and thought forms are normalized in the majority of people, and it's almost a paradigm that tells us that there is like no other ways. And in questioning myself like into different things that make me feel scared or limited, like even this one that may be a little controversial, but like in my space where I am at and in the context of my life, I questioned like, do I really need to make a steady income month by month? And the response back was no, and that's okay. And even like in nature and in the cycles of life, we have cycles, ups and downs. I just feel like we were trained by these movies to think of life as like linear, and just maybe you struggle a little bit but then you're happy for like forever, and it's not the case. And I feel like the more opened we are to all of the experience of life, the more joy we can find on the little details and in the day-to-day life. So we're going to use that as the baseline to explore how we can choose different currents of emotions. Whenever I bring my consciousness back and I'm like, all right, you know, like life will be a little bit wavy life. It's happening right now. Like, you don't know if you're going to be here on this planet tomorrow or in a week or in 40 years. So it's like, all right, I am in the verge of taking that decision if I want to start to cultivate and feel the emotions that I project. The emotions that I want to feel and experience. Because it is a training of mind. Like, even if you end up retiring with a lot of income, like you have like a lot of money and you end up retiring and you can spend it all on like the dream vacations that you wanted, in the house that you wanted, like everything that you thought that would bring you joy, you will not be able to experience that joy if you don't train your brain. Like, if your brain doesn't know the chemicals of joy, it just simply can't experience it. So training our brain and breaking these barriers, it's a whole exercise, because we normalize so much like the victim mentality. Like, we praise people who are tired because they work so much. We praise people that are feeling drained because of giving a lot. So we're like normalizing and glorifying giving more than we are capable of. And if you stop and observe and want to choose a reality where you're living abundantly and happily right now, it takes a pattern interruption. It takes for you to observe your thoughts and be like, you know what? I no longer choose to think that I am the victim of my circumstances. I no longer choose to think that I can only go to the journey of like the 9 to 5. And I'm not criticizing anything. I feel like this is just the most immediate thing that we're presented, and that we have the right to question this and to break out of it. So like the first thing, the first layer is the emotions. How to choose the elevated emotions. You start to practice habits to enhance these kinds of emotions. You start to catch yourself when you're going to a downward spiral, or you catch yourself whenever you're trying to avoid your emotions, and you allow yourself to feel. You allow yourself to feel. You observe what's really happening for you instead of ignoring it. And from there, you can choose a different pathway of thinking, because you allowed it to be. If you don't allow it to be, it's just going to stay stuck. So you allow yourself to feel your emotions, and from there be like, okay, I allowed myself to cry. I allowed myself to feel it. And right now, like, after you feel it, after you allow it, there is a different opportunity. So in there, it's like, okay, what different narrative could I choose? And actually, like, you start to try it out as a code. So that would be for the first layer of the emotions. The second layer is about, it's about your vision. Now that you have like more clarity of who you are, what are your limits, like you're not playing around with yourself anymore. You're not just like giving and giving and giving your energy away to that job, to those people that drain you. You start to like know your actual needs. You can now think about what's your vision. And in that second step, if you feel like you're there, I want to ask you 2 questions and just tune into them. The first one would be that if you had a magic wand, where would you be? And what would you be doing? Give yourself the space to imagine and visualize and write anything that comes to your heart. And the second one would be that if you could renovate all of the systems of Earth, or like change Earth in the way that you would want, how would it be? Like, how would that look like? How would people move? How would people interact with one another? How would the system work? And that second one is to come back to the vision those two questions may give you a little bit more of the clarity around something that you may want to learn, something that you may want to build for this planet. And if we're here in this lifetime, we want to live and not only survive. At least that's what you're here in this video. Like if you're here in this minute, I don't think that you desire to keep going with these thought patterns that no longer serve you. I think that you want to create something different. And today you get the opportunity to open up that door and that power that you have to tune into something different. Our third pillar would be to bring that vision to earth. There are systems and frameworks and a lot of steps that you can take to bring your vision to earth. And we want to combine that with sustainability, with the emotions that you have cultivated, with the limits that you have. Because sometimes we open up to much more abundance when we listen to ourselves instead of like jumping into the same patterns. So how can you combine the new patterns that you are implanting in your mind with bringing your vision to life? This is the part where we do alchemy, where we do magic. Because this is the stage where we recognize that when we rewire our thought patterns, we start to see a different world. You change within your inner world, and your outer world would change with you. And that's one of the ways in which we co-create with reality. Of course, there are things that are going to be unexpected, and of course, this is not a journey to like a happy ever after, because we are here in this planet to feel it all. But it is worthy to jump in the pool of feeling, to jump in the pool of life experiences in this life, instead of just like keeping it all in your contraction. Like, you come here to experience, to be, to bring new visions into this earth. And that voice and that truth is vital for all of us. So that would be it for this dive in. I'm gonna go check on the pasta. Ooh, and if you desire to be held and guided throughout this journey of uncovering and having clarity with yourself and listening to that inner dialogue, and have some techniques that are aligned with your purpose and with your authenticity, we are opening the Creator's Temple. This is a 7-week journey where you get to step all of the way into your vision and bring it to life. So if you want to join in, I'm going to leave you my Instagram right here so you can DM me and we can have a conversation around this. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.